All right, there's going to be another round of the 10-minute warm-up, and we're going to make this a little bit more core intensive today. So to get this started, go ahead, bring yourself down onto your back. And once you're down, bring your knees into your chest. Just squeeze in for a moment and try to flatten your spine as much as you can. And then just go ahead, release. Extend all four limbs up toward the ceiling. And just stay loose here to start. Go ahead, roll out your wrists and your ankles, move your fingers and toes. Just let the joints crack that need to crack. And then go ahead and straighten everything up. So reach the fingertips and toe tips toward the ceiling. Straighten as much as you can. If you need a bend in the knees, that's fine. Just keep your ankles stacked over your hips and keep your toes pointed. Belly pulled in, low back stays pressed down into the floor. And then just go ahead and scissor the arms and legs back and forth and move side to side. Now reverse the cross as you're moving. And you can go through a wide range. You can keep it narrow, whatever you like. Maybe take it fast, maybe take it slow. Just keep the movement steady and smooth and keep your low back down. All right, and then go ahead, bring all four limbs back to vertical. Reach up through the fingertip and toe tips again. And then extend your right arm past your head about 45 degrees. Left leg forward about 45 degrees as well. Keep your low back on the floor. And then switch that left arm past your head, right leg forward. And then just keep on switching. And go back and forth like this. Now you can go through a longer or shorter range, whatever's best for you here. And again, take it fast or slow, just keep the movement steady and be sure your low back stays down as you're moving. So keep your belly pulled in, keep your low back on the floor, keep your core tense. And then go ahead, slow this down. Try to finish with your left arm past your head before you come back to center all four limbs to vertical. And then keep the legs extended like this. Now lift your head up off the floor, bring the hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers, palms open, elbows wide. And enough pressure from your hands so you can keep looking forward toward your thighs without straining your neck. Belly pulled in, low back stays on the floor. Now lower the right heel down as far as you can go without your low back lifting. And then bring that leg to vertical. Bring your left heel down low toward the floor. And then lift back up. Right heel down again, keep the low back on the floor. And then back to vertical here. Bring the left heel down, and then lift back up. Now this time, lower the right heel as far as you can hold. Keep your low back down, keep looking forward. And then I want you to pulse this, bouncing the right heel up and down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right leg high. Now bring your left heel down low as you could go without your low back lifting. And pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, left leg high. Bring the right heel down again, just hold. And then pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg high. Bring your left heel down. Keep your low back on the floor. And pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to vertical. Bring the right heel down one more time. Hold here. And pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg high. Bring your left heel down and hold. And pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg high. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring your head to the floor. The hands are still behind your head. Keep your shoulders down, elbows wide. Bring your feet to the mat. And just set the feet about hips width distance apart. Now from here, just loosen this up and twist. Bring your knees to the right. And then to the left. And just keep moving back and forth. Let go of some of that tension in your midsection. And then the next time you bring the knees down to the right, just keep pressing down. Try to lift your right hip up off the floor. And then let go. And take your knees over to the other side, down to the left. Press down, work to lift your left hip up this time. And then let go. And go ahead, bring this back into center. I want to set this up for a variation of bridge. So feet and knees, hips width distance. Bring your heels in close to your low back's basically flat. Just keep the hands underneath your head, elbows out wide, shoulders down. And then with an inhale, press into your heels, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll your spine down. Inhale, press your hips up high. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll this down. Inhale, press it up high. And exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your hips up again. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, press the hips high. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips one more time. Hold here. Dig into the heels. Try to lift your toes and pull the heels toward your shoulders. Keep your glutes squeezing. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, come back down. Now, once you're down, just keep the feet where they are. Bring your hands down to your sides. Or take it up and hold this and take this into a twist. So when you're ready with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, and just hold. Now, keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted up like this. And then to take it further, lift the right hand up off the floor. Reach your right arm past your head, up and over. Try to stack the right shoulder above the left. Now keep your hips up high. Bring your right arm down to your side. Now stay lifted. Left arm lifts. Go ahead, reach up and over to the right. Try to stack your shoulders here. And then bring it back to center, both arms down. Right arm up and to the left again. Twist to this side. Come back into center. Left arm up and to the right. Find that twist. And come back to center here. Right arm up and to the left one more time. Bring this back into center. Reach your left arm up and to the right one more time. And then come back to center. Hips are still high. Squeeze your glutes. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just roll this back down. Once you're down, bring your knees to your chest. Bring your hands to your knees. Squeeze everything in. And then lift your head and shoulders. Curl up into this. Bring your nose toward your knees. Now, once you're up, go ahead, take hold of your legs from behind the knees. And let's go back and forth like this. So just roll this forward. Try to come up to a seat. And then roll back down. And then just keep on moving back and forth like this. And try to resist setting your feet down on the floor. And once you've done this about 4 or 5 times, I want you to bring this up to a seat and balance this with the feet up off the floor and just hold. Now sit this up tall. Press your low back forward. And then just bring your arms to your sides and bring the shins toward parallel with the floor. Now keep your gout balance. Keep the thighs pulled in close. Bring your hands to your center. And then just twist. Turn and open your chest to the left as far as you can. Keep the legs where they are and then turn open to the right side. Through center. Turn over to the left again. Back through center and turn to the right. And then through center, turn to the left one more time. Through center, come over to the right side again. And then just come back into center, still balancing. Reach between the knees, take hold of your big toes. And keep the legs relatively close to each other. Now press your low back forward, try to sit this up tall. And then if you can take it further still, maybe lift the feet a little bit. Maybe extend the legs up even higher. But keep the thighs pulled in, keep your thighs tense. Tense up your core. And just hold here, stay balanced. Now here's the tricky part. Try to keep everything in place, but very slowly just release your grip. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, cross at the ankles, come forward, your hands in all fours. And then once you're in all fours, just move around. Stretch your hands. Stretch your fingers with the shoulders and hips move just a bit. And then just bring this into center in all fours, and we'll take this into the wrists. So wrists into the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, keep the palms down. Rotate your fingertips out to the side and then toward the knees. Now set your hands flat, spread the fingers wide, dig your fingertips down into the mat. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. And maybe just circle your shoulders over wrists, and this could be enough right here. Now if you can take this further, just come into center, arms are straight, spine still lifted. Keep your knees bent, but move one leg at a time. So lift your right heel up toward the ceiling high as you can. And then twist, bring the right big toe down to your left side. And then bring that knee back to the floor. Left heel up high as you can lift. Left big toe down to the right. And then come back into center. Right heel lifted up high. Bring the big toe down to the left side again. And then bring the knee down. And then left heel up high as you can lift. Bring the big toe down to the right. And then come back into center. Right heel up, lifted high. Big toe down to the left side again. And then come back into center. Left heel up, lifted high. Big toe down to the right. And then come back to center here. And then come up onto the fingertips and down to your heels. And take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. All right, we'll take this a little bit further, core work, and a little bit in the shoulders. So I want you to come into all fours. And from all fours, we're going to take this into a forearm plank. So go ahead and bring both forearms down. Now you can have the forearms parallel with the palms down or push the palms together. And just keep the elbows at shoulder width. And then step your feet back. Bring your body into line. Feet about hips width distance apart. Push your hands down. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Now as you hold this, just keep your chest facing down. We'll move one leg at a time. Pull the right knee into your chest as close as you can. And then step that foot back. Bring your left knee in close. And then step back. Right knee forward for 2. Step it back again. Left knee forward. And step this back. Right knee forward for 3. Step it back. Bring your left knee forward. And then step back. Right knee forward for 4. Step it back. Bring your left knee forward. And step back. Right knee forward for 5. Step it back. Bring the left knee forward. And step back. Right knee forward for 6. Step it back. Bring your left knee forward. And step back. Right knee forward for 7. Step it back. Bring your left knee forward. And step back. Right knee forward for 8. Step it back. Bring your left knee forward. And step back. Right knee forward for 9. Step it back. Bring your left knee forward. And step back. Right knee forward for 10. Step it back. Bring your left knee forward. Step back. And then set your knees down. Come up to all fours. Move around. All right, one more thing before we move on. We're going to take this into a Russian push-up. So I want you to start this. Keep your hips stacked over your knees, but bring the knees together. And just keep the wrists under the shoulders, hands shoulder width, palms down. Now rotate your fingertips to the side. So middle fingers are right or left about 45 degrees. Now pressing your palms, dig your fingertips down. Slide forward, bring your shoulders past your wrists, and we're going to start and end from this position. Now you're going to bend the elbows and move. Once the elbows bend, we're going to go toward 90 degrees. Make sure you keep the elbows pulled into your side so they're not winging out right and left, and that's a big thing you want to pay attention to here. So to start, look forward. Now, bring your shoulders forward. Pull the elbows in and come halfway down. Just hold here. Elbows stay bent. Pull your weight back and bring the elbows to the floor. Now keep the arms bent. Shift your weight forward. Come back to that. And this is basically chaturanga arms. And then press up to straight. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Shoulders forward. Pull the elbows in. Come down halfway. Shift your weight back. Bring the elbows to the floor. Bring your weight forward. Keep the elbows pulled in. And then press up to straight. And one more time. Shoulders forward. Elbows in. Hold halfway. Bring your weight back. Elbows to the floor. Shift your weight forward. Keep the elbows squeezing in. And then press up to straight. And just relax for a moment. Now we're going to take 2 more sets like that. So back into position, hips over your knees, palms down, shoulders past the wrist, grip the floor, make sure the fingers are out to the sides at least a little bit, and look forward. All right, shoulders forward, elbows in, come down halfway and hold. Pull your weight back and bring the elbows to the floor. Shift your weight forward, keep the elbows squeezing in, and then press up to straight. Again, shoulders forward, elbows in, come down halfway. Bring your weight back and set the elbows down. Shift the weight forward, keep your elbows squeezing in, and then press it up to straight. One more time. Shoulders forward, elbows in, hold halfway. Bring your weight back, elbows to the floor. Shift your weight forward, squeeze your elbows in, and then press it up to straight. And just breathe. All right, we're going to take 1 more set. Now, if this is hard enough doing with the knees on the floor, just stick with this variation and that's fine. If you want to take it further, you can do the full movement and that's with straight legs. That'll bring you through plank, chaturanga, and dolphin. The arm action is the same. So go ahead and bring yourself into position. If the knees are down, just keep them there. And if you can do it with straight legs, step the feet back and bring your body into line. Shoulders past the wrists. Now 1 more set. So shoulders forward, elbows in, come halfway down and hold. Bring your weight back, elbows come down to the floor. Shift your weight forward, squeeze the elbows in, and then press up to straight. Again, shoulders forward, elbows in, come down halfway. Pull back and bring the elbows to the floor. Shift your weight forward, squeeze your elbows in, and then press up to straight. 1 more time. Shoulders forward, elbows in, come down halfway. Pull back, elbows down to the floor. Shift your weight forward, squeeze the elbows in. Press up to straight. Set the knees down if they're lifted. And just come down to a seat. Go ahead, roll your shoulders out, shake your hands out, and just loosen up your wrists as well. All right, and that is the 10-minute warm-up for this week. Thank you very much.